Hi everyone, I'm Lavender from New Jersey. Please like and subscribe to MSA if you want to hear my story. My parents were high school sweethearts who married pretty young, and 2 years later, I was born. For the longest time, things were fine, but when I turned 5, Dad decided to quit his high-paying job in tech and look after his ancestral farm. But Mom hated the idea of leaving the city.
What are you crying about? We're richer than ever.
I don't care. This place is so boring, I could kill myself. Mom started a small clothing business to keep herself busy, but even then, my parents argued a lot. Sometimes they were so loud I would crawl under my bed and read for hours. I never invited friends home, and even in school, I would hardly talk to anyone. Kids thought I was cuckoo, especially this new guy, Kale, who was a constant pain in my butt for no reason. Stop that, it's annoying. Your face is annoying. Is that why you keep it hidden behind books? I just ignored him most of the time, but as luck would have it, I kept bumping into Kale everywhere, even outside school. Like this one time in 10th grade, my parents and I were invited to this wedding, and I noticed Kale in the front seat. He winked, and I just wanted to punch his perfect teeth in. The ceremony started soon, and as the bride walked down the aisle, Mom started weeping.
She has no idea she's ruining her life. I feel so bad for her. Why? Is she marrying you?
Guys, please. Everyone is staring.
Ask your dad to zip it. Shut up and let me sit in peace, you old crow.
Mom lost her cool and flung her bag at Dad, which kind of missed the mark. They chased each other around like cats before crashing into the wedding cake, ruining the whole ceremony. Of course, we were thrown out. To add to the horror, someone uploaded a video of my parents' meltdown on YouTube, and now the whole school was laughing at me. Of course, it was Kale. What's your problem?
I haven't pooped in days. I want a new PlayStation and
I'm talking about the video you uploaded, you moron. Why would you do something so horrible?
Because it was fun and I wanted to.
Do you also want a black eye? Because I'll give you one if you don't stay away from me.
Oh, looks like crazy runs in the family.
I tried not to punch Kale in the face as I left. He'd always been annoying, but this was absolutely vile. Kale moved away after some time, but the damage was done. People just never let me live down the wedding incident, and I just kept my distance from everyone. A week after my 17th birthday, Mom decided to pack her stuff and leave for LA to make her name as a designer. And since Dad refused to leave the farm, I volunteered to go with Mom. It was a good thing. I could start my life from scratch, and Mom had rented this gorgeous apartment and a private pool, which was perfect. And a few days later, she enrolled me in a private school. Listen to me carefully. This school is full of rich and influential kids. Be friends with them, so in the future, I can meet their parents and pitch my brand. Don't go around telling everyone that your dad's a farmer. Why? I'm not ashamed of that. But kids in this school will eat you alive if you don't match their social status. Mom dropped me off, and I looked at the tall building nervously. I'd barely gotten a foot inside when a bunch of kids flocked around me. Oh my god, I love your outfit. Those sunglasses are dope. Are they Versace? Stop bothering her, girls. Don't mind these ladies. They're just desperate for attention. So what's your name? I'm Vanessa. I'm Lavender. Aw, I love lavenders. They smell like roses. I saw you come out of that car, and I instantly knew you were one of us. What are your parents into? My mom's a designer, and Dad, he's a really famous movie director from Egypt. Wow, anything we've seen? The Pyramids of Ibiza? The Tummy Returns? Doesn't ring a bell. But hey, it's so cool. You're like a celebrity. I don't know why I lied. Maybe it was that dumb lecture Mom gave me. And before I knew it, Vanessa had told the entire school that my dad was a famous director. My lie was traveling places, and there was no way to stop that bus. Vanessa and I started hanging out every day, and she even introduced me to a bunch of her friends. Her dad was a rich politician, which made her pretty popular, and also really mean. Like this one time in class, a girl walked up to her. Here's all the homework you asked for. Can I join the cheer squad now? Oh, thanks, darling. But I still can't let you be on my team, 'cause you're ugly. But you promised. Did I? Too bad. I'm pretty okay breaking promises. Now shoot. The girl burst into tears and left. That was a bit harsh. Looking at her dumb face was harsh. And this is how things work, darling. Survival of the cutest. Always. I didn't know what she meant by that, but obviously I didn't ask her. This was my first time I was with the popular squad, and I didn't want to spend the rest of my year like a loser. So I kept my feelings to myself. But then a week later, everything changed. I was standing by the locker when Vanessa tapped me on the shoulder. I turned around and almost passed out, seeing Kale of all people standing right in front of me. Hey girl, I want you to meet my boyfriend, Kale. He just joined our school. How exciting is that? And Kale, that's Lavi, my new bestie. You know, her dad's like this really cool director from Egypt, and
wow, that's awesome. Maybe that's why you look familiar.
do I? You're me. Oh, look, it's time for class. Let's go. My heart pounded as I ran off. And in the classroom, I could feel Kale's eyes on me the entire time. When the class ended, I found the right time and pulled him into a corner. Please don't tell anyone that I lied. I'll do anything.
Anything?
Not like that, you pervert. Like, I'll do your homework, make you coffee, carry your books.
But that's no fun.
Kale, please. You already ruined my reputation once by posting that video in the last school. And I know it was wrong to lie, but I just want to enjoy my last year of high school. Can't you let this pass?
Okay, let's see what you can do for me.
He grinned and left. Gosh, this guy hadn't changed a bit. Only gotten a little more handsome, but that didn't count. The next few days of my life were spent being Kale's personal secretary, running his errands and doing his homework while he sat back and enjoyed himself. Then one day, the school announced annual prom night, and this really cute guy Dylan asked me out to be his date. I wanted things to be perfect, so I asked Vanessa to help me out with shopping, and Kale tagged along. The entire time Vanessa and I tried on dresses, Kale just gave me his expert opinions.
I like the pink one. It brings out your eyes. Actually, no. Blue's better.
Babe, how about me?
You look good in everything, babe.
Vanessa tried to hide it, but I could tell she was getting a little jealous. The moment Kale excused himself to the bathroom, she turned to me with crazy eyes. What was that?
What?
He was totally complimenting you and barely looked at me.
That's not true.
He was basically telling me half the things here don't look good on me, while you're just flawless. You think? Yeah, actually, that's true. I am flawless. I might have convinced Vanessa, but what she said wasn't entirely wrong. Kale was paying me more attention, and I had no idea why. He would leave random gifts and thank you notes in my locker, and I was at the library one day when Kale creeped up on me.
The servant kills the family in the end.
What? Why would you give away the ending? I was still reading this.
It's a dumb book. Anyway, you didn't show up for lunch, so I got you burgers.
Kale and I ate together, and he was surprisingly sweet. We were having a good conversation when suddenly he bent forward, and I literally stopped breathing.
You had some sauce on your face. I'll check on Vanessa.
With that, he just got up and darted. This guy was so weird. I was literally having such a difficult time figuring him out. A few days later at prom, I was very excited to have a good time, but Dylan was stuck to his phone. I tried talking, but all he spoke about was his love for video games and the latest gaming consoles. It was so boring. I was looking for an escape route when Kale popped up.
I'm thirsty. Get me some water.
Get it yourself, dude.
I'm not talking to you.
But you're interrupting my date.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Guess what? I don't care.
Suddenly, Dylan got up and pushed Kale, and then Kale got up and held him by the collar. Guys, cut it out. What is your problem, Kale?
My problem? You look like you're dying a slow death with this moron. He's not treating you right.
And you are? Just mind your own business. How difficult can that be?
More than you know.
What? I stared at Kale in confusion as he turned around and left. The next day at school, all that everyone could talk about was the stupid fight. I wanted to talk to Kale about what he said at prom, but he never showed up. I tried asking Vanessa where Kale was, but she just snapped at me. Why do you care?
Jeez, I'm just curious.
You think I'm an idiot? I know something's going on between you two. He literally punched another guy for you.
That's because he's moody and crazy.
Always has. Holy crabs, I almost gave away my secret. Whatever. Just stay away from my boyfriend. Believe me, nothing would make me happier. Vanessa and I didn't speak after that, and neither did Kale show up. A couple of days later, Mom told me that her designs had been shortlisted for a prestigious fashion competition, and the winner would get a chance to style celebrities in Cannes. It was a huge opportunity, and since I had some time on my hands, I decided to help her. This was the first time I was helping Mom with design, and I was blown away.
You're natural.
Really?
When all this is over and I win, you're coming to Cannes with me.
The show was a hit, and people loved our designs. We were even announced as the winners. We were called on the stage collecting the trophy when suddenly the screen went off, and what came next made my stomach churn. It was a video that Kale had uploaded a long time back of my parents ruining a wedding. People in the audience were cracking up like crazy, and Mom looked like she would pass out. My eyes scanned the room, and I saw Vanessa smirking at me in the crowd, and everything became crystal clear. It had to be her.
Who is that? Who's playing this video?
I will find you and kill you. Mom, relax. It's just a dumb prank. But Mom was already scrambling on the stage trying to find the projector to stop the video and ended up tripping over a bunch of wires. They short-circuited, and within seconds, the stage caught fire. Thankfully, everyone was rescued safely, but Mom was disqualified and even banned from the competition. The next day at school, everyone laughed at me. Vanessa had told everyone how my mom had gone crazy and put the fashion show on fire. Literally. Aww. Aw, look who's here, the liar of the year. So tell me, Lavender, how does it feel to be a total loser? Not only is your mom crazy, but you also lied about your dad being a movie producer when he's actually a farmer. Yeah, I dug into your family history. That's so lame. My dad is a farmer, but it's your head that's filled with cow dung. And yeah, I lied, only to make friends. But what you did was with the intention to hurt me, and that's just awful. I didn't do anything. Kale's the one that gave me the video. Then both you and Kale can eat bugs. When I got home that day, I told Mom everything about how I lied in school and that it was Vanessa who uploaded the video. Mom hugged me and even apologized because my parents' behavior had made things in school so difficult for me. We decided to go back home and finish the rest of the year from the farm.
I'm sorry, honey. I was stupid to think that living in the city would make me happier. It's okay. I'm glad you're back home.
Aw, you guys, look, you're not fighting. Mom motivated me to pick up designing full time. Together, we restarted Mom's online clothing store, and though the sales were slow, in a few months, we made enough to open a small store in the city. We'd visit often, but Mom and I were definitely happier on the farm. I still thought about my life in that dumb school, and how Kale had simply disappeared, but I shrugged the thoughts away. I'd finally found my passion, and even got through one of the best fashion institutes in New York. Life was great, and then one day, while I was visiting our store in the city, Kale showed up. What are you doing here?
I know you're mad, and you have every right to be, but I just want to talk. Lavender, I like you. Always have. You're the reason I transferred to that stupid school. I saw your pictures with Vanessa and—
Whoa, hold on. You insulted my family, humiliated me online, and spilled my secrets to your girlfriend that cost my mom a huge opportunity. And now you're telling me you were practically stalking me? That's messed up.
I know it sounds bad, but I swear I didn't tell Vanessa anything. She found out about that video on her own after we broke up. I had to leave town because my mom was sick. When I came back, you were gone. Please, just give me a chance to make things right.
No, you've never been nice to me, Kale, and I can't be with someone who thinks being mean to people will get them their attention. If you really like me, then just try and be a nice guy. And yeah, get some therapy. You need it. I never saw Kale again. Soon I joined university and went on to be a really famous designer. Mom and Dad still fight sometimes, but I don't care. They've been my biggest supporters, and in the end, that's what matters.